So the 17-hour fight continues. On the last video, I was kind of surprised how many people were confused as to what happened at the end. Well, let me go ahead and just break it down for y'all. Usually, when you're leading a rally and you're attacking a fort or a base, if you pull out or you try to pull out literally at the last second, a lot of times the game will just not let you at all, and you'll get like this little ring of death of loading forever and ever. And if you saw it, you can clearly see that I hit the fort before they started pulling out. But when I checked the report, it just showed that I hit an empty fort. So I was like, there's no way. So anyway, just wanted to clear up that confusion because there was a lot of people that just did not understand. Now here, on that rally, we actually hit mainly infantry and ranged and we won. So I was like, okay. And like I mentioned before, the whole goal for the forts was to get 1 RP to get them all. But of course, we had quite the competition at the time, so it definitely took a little while. And it didn't help that these forts, every time you would hit them, you would get like a 40-minute timer, an hour timer, and it's like when you're in a guild and you're only filling rally like every other hour or so, eventually people start to get a little bored and log off, and it's like it's too much downtime, which makes the wonder battles at the beginning kind of sucky. But once it starts getting down to those 30 and 20-minute timers, that's when it gets way interesting. So yeah, I'm skipping around trying to cut it and show you some of the hits as good as I can, because like I said, it's 17 hours of footage. So I'm trying my best to edit it out into like maybe 3 videos. So yeah, so at this point, I believe we have been going on for a good 3 or 4 hours, and we were finally starting to lock up some of these forts after a couple of fails. So it was starting to finally take shape as far as the plan, take the forts and then focus on the base. But at this point, it was like 2 or 3 a.m. for me. Like it was pretty bad, okay? But we started to kind of string some defenses together and actually holding off some of these monsters, 11k mythic champion people, in order to lock up some of these forts. So a lot of times when you're trying to lock up forts, a good strategy is to just try and focus on one at a time, and then kind of like close off sections of the map. So if you take off the ones on the left, and you don't have to worry about that left side of the map anymore. And usually what people tend to do is you have your strongest person trying to hold that fort, and then someone else that has a pretty strong blast. And when I say blast, I just mean when somebody that has really strong one troop type attacks, to just keep resetting the other forts, and then eventually you'll probably be able to outlast them. But yeah, when you have multiple guilds and it's just not you versus one other guild, when it's you and like 3 guilds and against like 3 or 4 other guilds, it definitely becomes much harder, because you don't have to defend against one attack. You usually have to defend against 2 or 3, and that's where you get some of these like super long drawn out wonder battles, because it's hard enough to defend against one rally, but when you gotta do it against multiple, especially with good timing, it's freaking rough. And not only the forts, but this is still going on for the base as well. So yeah, it was a long drawn out fight, and let me tell you, my troops definitely suffered from it. But I mean, that's what the game is for, right? You go ahead and you keep attacking. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and send this rally up to Tempest. That's a freaking nice infantry set, if I do say so myself. Strong is definitely strong. And there we go. We go ahead and hit them out. And at this point, we were mainly just trying to take the forts away. That way 1RP can take them. We were not trying to keep them or anything like that. We would hit them off, and then we'd just leave whenever 1RP would take them, and hope that they would defend. And it's pretty much what you gotta do for the remainder of Wonder Battles. I don't know if you guys have much experience with Wonder Battles, but when you have a decently matched Wonder Battles, it can be really painful. So yeah. But either way, everything kept going. And at this point, I was over here by the base and just trying to see what these base battles looked like. And it was pretty much Hiroko versus Gosam, and Hiroko was pretty much winning every single time. It looked like Hiroko, for some reason, because it was, most of these rallies were mixed versus mixed. It wasn't really like what I'm used to, which is just like full blast of ranged or infantry or cavalry, or it was mixed versus mixed. So it really just came down to the stats. And from what I saw, Hiroko pretty much had the best stats, but he was not pulling right after the hit at all. Damn, man. I don't know what happened on that one, but we were able to win the base, but then took a hit right after. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So I'll go ahead and show you here the first hit. Pretty much even on even. It's just Hiroko had the better stats, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought this hit was gonna be way worse, but it looked like they definitely didn't come anywhere close to filling. So it actually didn't look as bad as I honestly thought it was going to be. I thought that we were just gonna be completely wiped, but it ended up not being too bad, I guess. So we'll take it. But listen, that could have been really bad, like actually bad. Now we go ahead and take it, and I guess there was really nothing on the fort there, so we took it, and Gosam was just gonna go straight at us. Like I mentioned, it's just mixed versus mixed. It's just the battle of stats, essentially, is what it is. And fail. So yeah, it was pretty evident that Hiroko had the better stats if you're just going one-on-one with the same kind of mixed troops and stuff like that. You can clearly see that Hiroko was about 300,000 troops better usually. So, and on that one we didn't even have a full fort. We were down about 200k troops. So yeah, in this case we were pretty confident. We were doing really good. So we go ahead and shifted our focus over to the forts, because like I said, the focus first was to get 1 RP to take all the forts, because BTA had already all the forts in a different kingdom, so it was completely fine. And looks like Yaya Dayo was able to defend another fort and lock it up. So at this point, we were just we were on a roll looking up all these forts. But yeah, look at this. There's some action going everywhere. So yeah, we this is about 4 or 5 hours in, and this is when I don't know I don't know what happened, but they kind of started to slow down. They stopped filling, and because of that, they started to lose some forts. And once you start losing forts, then their rally leads are not going to be as spread, and then they can focus more on the stronger rally leads. So that's when things started to kind of break down. Also, bonus footage. While this was going on, Baron was also going on, and the Emperor was being rallied. A lot of people were speculating that Cash was quitting because he was zeroing himself in the fort. But essentially, what was happening there is that he was doing that just to get points for the Baron jewels. That's all it was. Like, people were saying, "Oh, he's zeroing himself. He's quitting." No, he just wanted Baron jewels. That's all it was. But look at that, a full rally. This man barely took 3 million damage. I don't know, like, I get that he was pretty much close to being all core might, but with his gear and all his titles, you weren't gonna do nothing to him. Like, I don't really know what they were thinking there, but yeah, Cash. Listen, his name is Cash for a reason, okay? The man got cash. So yeah, no, he's not quitting. He just wanted some points. Willing to bet that he's up again, he might. But either way, back to the action. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Here we go again, and just check this out. Oh, we hit them out, right? We hit them out. And I just want you guys to see what Hiroko did in this freaking hit, because I didn't even know that he was going to do it, but look. Oh my goodness, he used Blackwing and almost got 2 million T4 dead on that fort. Oh my god. That was just sickening when I saw it. I was like, there's no freaking way. They are filling that one right now. Oh my goodness. But yeah, as you can tell right here, all of the forts started to get locked up. Pretty much all of them were done. So now that all the forts were locked up, you know what this means. That means that every single guild that was in there, all 3 or 4 in their side and all 2 or 3 on our side, we were all going to go straight to the base and start multi-rallying the base. 4, 5 rally on the base at the same time, just waiting for somebody to slip up. And this is going to be the last video that's coming up next. The long battle for the base, which I was not even there for half of it, but I did record. How? You'll see how. I'll see you guys later.